10 clear signs you're dealing with a truly toxic person. Have you met anyone who drains your energies and twists your emotions? Not someone out of a myth or a villain from a movie. I mean, someone real, perhaps even close to you. These people do not wear horns and do not have swords. Instead, their negative qualities are cloaked behind layers of charm and friendliness. But the damage is very real. They render you fatigued, doubting your every move, or at times, even disoriented. Luckily, we can lean on Stoic wisdom. The ancient sages, like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, offered wonderful insight into the recognition of manipulative personalities and the regaining of our mental freedom. Today, I will be walking you through 10 unmistakable signs that you might be trapped by a toxic person and just how Stoicism equips you to respond. 1. They never stop pushing your buttons. They provoke you in ways that you cannot even see, such as putting down your confidence in very subtle ways or pushing you into emotionally charged reactions. You may instead be questioning yourself. Isn't it an overreaction? They are standing opposite to you. Their intent is not to help you, but to instill doubt. Stoic anchor. Epictetus reminded us, no one can harm you unless you give consent. Toxic activities can only hurt if you allow them into your mind. Example, a colleague praises your work in front of everyone and then belittles you before the power players in private. You're flattered, then confused. Doubt sets in. Action step. Pause. Ask yourself, is this mine or theirs? Don't get dragged into any drama. Stay unfazed and reaffirm your worthiness. 2. They use nice words as a weapon, charmingly nice on the outside, but hyper-tuned on the inside. This person delights in flattery for their gain, not out of altruism. These manipulators can mirror desires and appear completely aligned, till they pull the plug. Kindness to them is like a currency. Stoic anchor. Marcus Aurelius cautioned us to beware if someone treats us with too much praise. Example, a friend who incessantly compliments you, goes out of their way to please you, but vanishes when you need help. Action step. Look for patterns. If they use flattery, either inconsistently or in a self-serving way, have faith in your intuition. Mature kindness endures. 3. They lie as a default mode. White lies are one thing. Toxic people lie as a matter of habit. They alter fainting, useful for themselves. This isn't the occasional harmless white lie. There is instead an established pattern. Their narrative distortion makes you uncertain of your very reality. Stoic anchor. In truth, say nothing contrary to the truth. Honesty, then, is an irreducibly primary value for Marcus Aurelius. Example, a friend takes credit for a group success. When pressed, they tell you, you misremember, or you don't get it right. Action step. Keep notes. It gets more perceptible with timelines. Gently challenge the inconsistencies and firmly refuse being gaslit. 4. They show no sincere empathy usually when you open up to them. They either disregard your feelings or switch the focus back on themselves. Often, they will smirk at the pain you're expressing, or they will simply ignore it. They don't merely lack empathy. To them, it's an impossibility. Stoic anchor. Seneca said, "We deserve the compassion we give to others." Example, after sharing a difficult story, their response is, "Oh, please, I have it worse," thus shutting down any attempt to connect. Action step: do not force empathy. Engage in reciprocal relationships that will protect your emotional needs. 5. They are obsessively controlling. They do not only interfere in your actions, they dictate your thoughts, impose your decisions, and control everything about your relationships, suffocatingly so. Stoic anchor, Epictetus said, "Am I free if someone else dictates my mind?" Example, a partner who constantly tells you what to wear and who your friends should be, how you should feel or think. Action step: assert your independence by declaring, "I'll make my decisions. Thank you." If such statement incites more attempts at control, create distance. 6. They shift blame to the question of failure. They always point to someone else. They never admit mistakes and turn victimization into an art form. Stoic anchor, Seneca. Truth stands on its own. Lies need elaborate costumes. Example, a colleague slacks off on an assignment but points his finger at you. Other things, tools, improper instruction, or denied. My fault. Action step: call it out. Let's work on solution, not blame. If they evade again, that's a sign. 7. They seem to delight in watching others suffer, a subtle or not so subtle pleasure in watching you struggle. A snide comment, such as enjoying the hate comments, or a smile at your expense, has also been mentioned. Stoic anchor, Marcus wrote about how vile, empty reflects moral failure. Example, a friend laughs when you're under pressure and then tells you, "Told you so." Action step: this joy is a cue for you. Distance yourself. It is no friend. It is a gesture to your pain. 8. They will never let you forget about the debt. True friends forgive minor debts, a kind word, a favor. Toxic people are accountants. They count even the smallest fleeces and hold against you. Stoic anchor. Let go of what others owe you. Burden yourself with your own faults. Example, you forgot their birthday. They mention it 6 months later that you are uncaring. Action step: to pardon but not forget. You are not obligatory for a self-defense campaign. 9. They mimic to their audience. The boss sees one face. You see another one. It's a performance, not a person. Who is this, really? Stoic anchor, Marcus Aurelius. Be consistent. Don't perform for people. Perform for the right reasons. Example, when they are at networking events, they look like they are polished. At home, they seem abrasive and small. Action step: let's say real estate people are the exact opposite of their public persona. That is the real test. Judge actions over impressions. 10. They cross your boundaries. Again, as you ask for space, they won't give one. If you ask for respect, they cross that too. Boundaries are optional and negotiable to them. Stoic anchor, Epictetus stressed especially self-discipline and protective distance. Example, you set your boundaries regarding your time or energy. They call, text, show up unannounced, and then act hurt when you enforce your limit. Action step: enforce consequences the moment they cross the line. Not negotiable. Stoic techniques to respond: 1. Self-awareness is your safeguard. Cultivate self-awareness. Learn to breathe or pause between stimulus and response. Choose 2 ongoing observations before action stop. State the fact, K. Do not act on the emotional urge. The truth is firm ground. 3. Detaching, honorably maintaining boundaries with calm. I am going to withdraw now. Select accommodation over belligerence. 4. Create a circle of virtuous people. Seek those who are kind, respectful, and consistent. Cultivate a circle that will nourish growth and trust. 5. Cultivate internal emotional independence. Utilize Stoic training, techniques, negative visualization, keeping a journal, reflecting on virtues. Fill your own cup first. Final thoughts. Toxic behavior isn't mythical. It is human, yet deeply harmful. Acknowledging it, labeling it, and responding to it calmly is taking back your power. You do not need to argue with them, fix them, or change them. You simply need to be wise. The Stoics never promised an easy world for us. They did promise a world in which we thrive through self-mastery rather than the mastery of others. While you preserve inner equilibrium, toxicity fades away. You do not engage a toxic person. You walk away calmly. You protect your virtue. If this resonated with you, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe for more on Stoic resilience, mental clarity, and purposeful living. Do you agree with any of these signs? Let me know in the comments below which Stoic technique you will attempt first. Until next time, stay steady, stay free, and stay virtuous.